Hey everybody, I'm sorry I just knocked my camera off. This is my 3 years and 1 month on testosterone. Let me get that right. Okay, I was just looking at myself, I apologize. My 3 year and 3 months anniversary date was actually the 13th of this month. Due to me making a couple videos on GRS, I totally spaced it out about making an update. So basically what's going on is that, of course, my hair is just maturing more and more. I do find with my body that, like when I wear socks or my shirt rubs against my stomach for a good portion of the time, I end up with bald spots. So that's something different, but hey, I'll take it. I have found that in the beginning hair was so important, and I think why it was so important to me was because it established and manifested me as a man in the eyes of the public. And now that I am looked at in that way, without question, as far as, hair is concerned, I'm not so much on it. I mean, I love it and I watch for it to grow, but it just isn't that drastic of a thing for me as it was in the beginning. Now, I still know that my mustache isn't as mature as like my brother-in-law's or some of the younger guys that I know. I know that still is going to take time, and time is what I have as long as I'm allowed to live on this earth. But the initial hurry up, get these changes has somewhat simmered down, and I'm just fading in to a everyday life as a male. I find myself not comparing myself, but I still look and watch guys a lot because there's a lot of social habits that I'm glad that I'm not a part of. There's a lot of demeaning of women, jokes about women, the looks sometimes that are given by men to women in passing, I think is very inappropriate. I also know that there are things that I wished I would have been socialized as much as I was treated like a son. As puberty hit, of course, then my dad's focus went to my brother, who was the fourth child out of 5, and I'm number 1. So just as puberty was hitting me and stuff, he was getting at the age where my dad took him places and did things with him. Now, in my family, I have to say that I am very fortunate that I was not socialized by my father during a puberty age, because he did not have the most tact as a person, as a male either. So I learned the do's and don'ts basically by watching him. And just because I'm a respecter of persons, period, regardless if you're male or female, I think that molded me into a better person. So anyway, but I still do a lot of watching, and what I find myself is, I know for a fact that yes, I have facial hair and I'm being red male, but I also know within myself, and it's only me that knows this in my head, that my body hair has not matured into that 53-year-old male. So, people don't think about those things on every Jane and Joe on the street does not think about those things. However, it is thought of, I think, a lot in our community, and there's for reasons why. So I think it's normal that I do that. But every day I'm reminded of the things that I missed out on and the things that I'm happy that I missed out on. And some of you guys will understand that, and some of you guys may not get that. But coming from a 53-year-old person, let's just say it's a good thing. So So emotionally, what I found is I'm becoming more and more frustrated in ways that I cannot even. I've already talked about I don't multitask like I used to. Well, now I can't conversation multitask. I just can't do it. I mean, it floors me, honestly. At first, I thought it was because, I've been on medication with my disability for a good 10 years now. I was injured 10 years ago this July. And I thought maybe just the chronic use of that medication has caused such fog, brain fog. But I'm honestly thinking it's maybe how the neurons fire in a male brain, triggered by testosterone, the hormone, because I can't figure out what a person's talking about unless they really are specific. Like, my wife will come home and talk about her day at work, and she'll bring up one name, and then she'll go into another conversation, and I'll totally get like, so and so, no, so and so, and I said, well, you didn't say so and so. It's like I can't follow you unless you're precise. So it would be interesting to know if any of you guys are going through that. If it's just me, okay, I'm going to blame it on the drugs. But that's really bothering me because I get frustrated, and it's not personal, and yet I know that it probably frustrates her, but she's not a very vocal person, so she doesn't react to me or respond to me, with a quick don't talk to me that way, or why you got to talk that way, or why can't you follow my conversation? So what happens with me is I'll get frustrated for a while, and then I'll say, hey, I'm sorry, I just can't follow it anymore, or when I couldn't multitask and I finally realized I can't multitask anymore, I had to tell her I can't do all those things that I used to do. We can either blame it on age, or we can blame it on drugs, or we can blame it on being male hormone driven. So interesting to see what you guys think about that. But anyway, so I have not been to the gym in 3 weeks. So as far as muscle mass, and I don't know why my shirts always want to do that on one side, but I will tell you that my chest, now what I've noticed is I'm getting a little bit more fat on the pecs than I had before. And I'm not worried about it because as soon as I get back to the gym and my muscle starts expanding, that will burn into energy. So I'm not worried about it. But I am getting a nice little layer. But one thing I'm thankful for, and here it is at transitioning at my age, is that I won't get the man boobs that a lot of guys have, my brother-in-law has, because no, and I'm happy for that. And I really do visualize my chest and my arms and my shoulders and my traps all cutting to where I mean, I'm not going to be a 20-year-old to a 28, 30-year-old male, but I'm going to look good for 53. And so I'm kind of looking forward to that. One of the things I've implemented when I've talked about nutrition and changing our lifestyle to live, healthy foods and cutting back on processed foods and stuff is that I just went blank. See? I do think it's what's it called? Brain fog? But anyway, crap, what was I going with that? Oh, well, it'll come to me. It was about muscles, I know. But, I feel, the one thing, that's right, that I did implement was I'm learning how to visualize. And if any of you have ever done meditation or visualization, then you kind of know what I'm talking about. This is all new to me. John Gabriel, the book I read that I've talked about several times, he really implemented visualization into his life, which caused, he really feels it's the visualization, as he lost over 200, I think it was 270 pounds he lost. He did not have loose skin at all. he visualized his body being a certain way, and it was like it sent his neurons into messengers telling his body, you know, we need to shrink the skin, we need to shrink everything as we're going down. And he looks great. Go on his website, the John Jon Gabriel method. You know, I'm telling you, if you're struggling, this isn't a diet. This isn't about restriction at all. It's not Atkins, it's not the Mediterranean, it's not South Beach, it's not, you know, Palo. It's nothing that you are held accountable to every little hour of the day of what you eat. He teaches you about the body, the fight and flight situation. But anyway, let's not get off track. So I've been implementing visualization, and he offers a free phone app, and I just happened to get it, and I bought for $6.99 all of these visualization things. They're wonderful. They really help you stay in tune to your body and what you want for yourself. And when you're having a hard time, he's got one that's, you know, about staying strong. But he's got a night one that you go to sleep to. He's got a wake up one that you wake up to. He's got an afternoon one when your energy's plunging. He's got a one that makes you feel safe and strong. So there's a lot of them on there, but if you ever think about it, I don't know how to meditate, and sometimes my mind wanders, but he said that's okay. Just keep doing it, because eventually you'll learn how to do it. And so I keep doing it. I'm getting better. My mind doesn't take off like it used to, but it really has helped me. One of the things that's helped me is he said to pick an image that you would like to see your body as. He said it doesn't have to be your body. It can be anybody's body. And he goes, and don't be embarrassed by it. It doesn't mean you'll look exactly like them, but you've got a picture in your head of what you want your body to look like. So I did. I found a picture that I want my body to look like. And that's who it is. But let me tell you, it works. I don't picture me looking just like him, but I picture my body forming like that. The muscles, how I want my pecs to look, how I want my traps to look, how I want my pecs to look, you know, how I want the cut in my biceps and my triceps, you know, all to cut down, how I want this to go thin and this to come out in muscle and this to V-shape around. So it really is working, because my body's doing it, honestly. I hate that. I'm sorry. I keep adjusting it. Look at myself in the mirror or in the camera all the time. So anyway, so as far as physically, that's what's going on. And emotionally, with the brain fog and not being able to multitask, getting a little frustrated when I can't follow a story. I don't know who the person's talking about. I noticed in a group, I usually am around women at the stables, not too many guys out there. So I sit and listen a lot more than I used to, you know, put my 2 cents in. I just realized that it's not worth it. You know, women are going to do what they want to do. Doesn't matter how much you know, if you think it's right or wrong. I just say, if it's something, unless it's a safety issue or a health issue, I mean, then I'll stand my ground. But other than that, I let them figure it out for themselves and learn their own lessons. So, but everything's doing good. I mean, those 3 weeks was terrible. My pain levels were way over 10. In between medications, I wasn't sleeping. I'm finally sleeping this last week. I had electrolysis. I had to travel out of town 2 hours. It ended up being an 11.5-hour day, because she got me in for 4 hours instead of 2. And the travel and the commute is traffic time, or the time it was in traffic was terrible. But we got through that. I had my angiogram done on Tuesday for the circulation to the donor left arm, radial forearm flap, free flap or something like that, whatever it's called. Everything turned out good. Everything's good. So anyway, so everything's looking good. I will update you on GRS as it comes. I know that I'm waiting for Katrina to send me a package with the hospital package and her package, and then things will start finalizing by me renting an area to live in for those 3 weeks up in San Francisco. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. Anyway, I'm taking it one day at a time, trying to stay in the present as much as I can. What's in the past is in the past. That's the bottom line. So don't look to the future, because we're not even there yet. But take it one day at a time, and always make your journey as simple as possible. We'll talk to you later. Bye.